had 3 separate people comment on my skin today and that I look bronzy and glowy. And so now I'm literally never gonna do my makeup any other way for the rest of my life. I think it's actually because I started using the Luxe Unfiltered self-tanning drops again. I kept them out of my routine for a little bit while I was dealing with some acne, and then I brought them back in and started using them every day, and they just make such a difference. It's just like a beautiful olive colored tan. I've talked about it in a few videos. I can link it up above, but it is the best self-tanner for sensitive skin. We are doing something different in today's video. I'm actually really excited for this concept. If you guys have watched my channel for any length of time before this video, I have a series called Buy or Buy, where I basically go through new releases from Sephora, Ulta, skincare, makeup, kind of everything, and talk about whether or not I want to purchase it or if I'll be passing on that item. It's really fun. I love doing them and I love watching those videos to kind of see what's coming out and what I might be interested in. However, I recently started following Louise Poston here on YouTube, and I have become swiftly obsessed with her content because she is so intentional about what products she buys and really breaks down that process in her videos. And by the time I finish watching her videos, I feel like I truly have everything that I need, and it makes me excited to use the products that I already have. And of course, we all have preferences and tend to purchase the same kind of item over and over again, which is how you end up with a collection of 50 lipsticks in the same shade, which I have done many times and I am trying to actively avoid. So she recently uploaded a video called like what I own is better than what's coming out or something along those lines. I can link it down below, where she basically goes through new releases and says why she felt strongly about those products and then finds something within her collection that has either a similar color story, similar vibe, similar packaging, whatever it is about that product, and she's able to find it in her collection. And I realized, based on the large collection of skincare and makeup that I have, that I could absolutely be doing this, and so that is what we are doing today. I have picked out all of the things on Trendmood, Sephora, Ulta that I've been drawn to in the past month, and I've picked out an item in my collection that's already kind of filling that spot for me within my routine, and I'm hoping that by the end of the video, I will have not purchased anything and I will just continue to use the products that I know and love. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Rudi Berry. We talk about more than just makeup on this channel. We also talk about acne, skincare. We do lots of product reviews. We do vlogs, and I would love to have you subscribe. Okay, so some of these are from Sephora's new section and some of them I pulled from Trendmood. So let's start with Sephora's website. The first thing that caught my eye immediately is that Saie Beauty is coming out with a cream bronzer. This looks like a pretty big bronzer. It's an ounce and it is $28. Honestly, I think what drew me to this product is that I am really intrigued by the brand in general. I'm actually thinking about doing a brand review or a full face of Saie Beauty because I have almost everything from their line. I love their tinted moisturizer, I really love their blushes, and I also love their highlighter, and so it just felt natural for me to go and purchase the cream bronzer. So I literally almost added it to my cart until I really took a look at the actual bronzer itself and realized it's kind of just a natural shade and it's not really particular. It doesn't have like a glow, it doesn't have a matte look, and when I thought about what I own that's similar to that, the first thing that came to mind is my Tarte cream bronzer. So I'm actually wearing this today, and I have the Tower 28 Blush and Power Hour on top of that, but you can really see that it's just a natural looking bronzer. There's nothing really outstanding about it, which is why I like it. It's a middle of the road shade, although I will say it's a little bit cooler than the Saie bronzer in the shade medium that I would purchase, but I think it comes off incredibly natural on the skin. It's a very creamy formula, but it's not so thick or thin. It's just a beautiful middle of the road bronzer shade. And so I love this. This is not something that I have questioned feelings about. I use this almost every time I do my makeup. So why do I feel the need to purchase a new one? I think that this is also a lesson in learning to dissociate your feelings about a product from a brand or a package and really thinking about what is inside. What is inside this cream bronzer that I don't already own in this cream bronzer or from another one that I own? I am not going to purchase that. I'm going to stick with my Tarte cream bronzer. It looks beautiful and I'm sure it will work very well for people. That doesn't mean I won't ever buy it, but I would like to use this when I'm feeling the urge for a cream bronzer, at least for a while. And once this feeling passes on this product, we'll see if I still want to purchase it in a few weeks once the, craze dies down. The next product in the lineup of things that interested me is the Melt Cosmetics Cream Blushlight. I like the idea of a bronzer and a highlight mixed together. As you can see, I really like to have that glowy, dewy look, but I do not like a shimmer or a glitter within my products, and this looks right up my alley. I've also heard really good things about this, and I have yet to try anything from Melt Cosmetics, so there's kind of a twofold thing there. I think it also helps that there is an absolutely stunning choice of color as the swatch here, which is the shade Sandy Cheeks. It's a burnt peach, which I think is a very unusual shade that not a lot of people can really get right or even attempt to get right, which is like this very corally shade that has more of a brownie undertone. I think it's absolutely stunning. It's also a great price for $22. However, over the past year, I have purchased too many cream blushes. Too many liquid blushes. I mean, my collection is big enough now that some of them are gonna have to go because they won't fit in my vanity. So the two that I've picked out to help fill this feeling void for me, but one in particular, is the Tower 28 cream blushes. This is probably the closest color that I could get to the Sandy Cheeks. This is the shade Rush Hour from Tower 28, and it is one of their newer shades in the Beach Please line. These are incredibly emollient, great for sensitive skin. They are approved by the National Eczema Association. They have no shimmer or glitter within them, and they sheer out beautifully, incredibly user-friendly. And I have almost every single shade. That should pretty much do it. I just think that when I use the Tower 28 blushes, I feel good. I feel happy. I get that rush of serotonin where I'm putting on makeup that I enjoy using, and that's kind of the whole point, right? If I can find a color in my collection that kind of suits this burnt peach color, then I feel I've done a good job at kind of duping this one out, at least the feeling. The other option that I was thinking of is the shade Peach Sunset from, again, the Tarte Cream collection. It's just called the Cream Blush. These are so easy. I just wore this in my last video, actually. It is not even close to being the right shade, but I think that the pressed cream vibe is very similar, and when I use it, I feel happy because it's really, really easy. It's so easy to use and it looks beautiful every single time. I know the outcome of wearing this blush is going to be good every single time. And so having that connection with a pressed cream product, I feel like fills that feeling that I'm trying to get here with the Melt Cosmetics one. I will say this is one that I'm still a little bit tempted to pick up because I think that I don't have an exact dupe for this color, and I'm really drawn to it. So if you have tried this and you think it's an outstanding product, it's worth picking up, let me know. I'm still very much on the fence. However, for now, this one from Tower 28 is doing the trick. Okay, next up is the Glowish Multi-Dew Vegan Skin Tint Foundation from Huda Beauty. So I'm not the hugest fan of Huda Beauty. I have one foundation from them, their stick foundation, that is incredible, and I use it for events, so weddings or if I'm going out on the town. It's a good medium coverage foundation and it looks beautiful, it's buildable, it's very nice. I have seen this all over TikTok and people look incredible in it. It's basically a mix between a coverage product and a highlighter. However, I think that it is incredibly similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. The only difference that I'm seeing here is that this is called a foundation and this is called a filter. This has a coverage, level to it that is not really advertised because it is incredibly sheer and it goes away. However, there is a shade range with the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, just like this product from Huda. And I think that it's basically the same thing. Perhaps there's a little bit more coverage in the Huda, but when I really think about it, and I always say this to myself, when I'm in the shower, if I start thinking about my channel and all of this, I think about like, if I were to ever have a collab with a beauty brand, what would I come out with? And the first thing that always comes to my mind is a glowy base style product like this that would work for acne prone, oily, sensitive skin. So I'm always drawn to wanting to try similar ones to this one. But when I really think about it, do I want a foundation that's incredibly glowy, or do I want pinpointed parts of glowiness on my face? And I think the answer to that is I would much rather have a natural finish or a satin to matte finish on my face to help with oiliness and to help with texture, and then have highlighted areas of my face that I have used the Hollywood Flawless filter on, rather than having the center, the chin, you know, the areas of my face that have a lot of pores. I'd like to avoid highlighting those areas. And so the fact that this has the word foundation on it actually is keeping me from wanting it a little bit more. The other option that I wanted to bring up is the In Beauty Project Face Glaze. This is in the shade Champagne. This is a very unique product that I think some of you will really like. It's basically a lotion that has the gleam of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. It's toned down, and I think that it can be worn all over the face under makeup. So let me show you what it looks like. Again, not the most sanitary because it is in a tub, kind of like a moisturizer, but it has that similar glow to it. You see that? But it's completely transparent. So I do think this would work on any skin tone. I think it could be mixed with a moisturizer. I like to use this in my skincare, like as my last step of the day, especially if I'm only wearing sunscreen. It's gorgeous. It's also an actual skincare product. It has squalene in it. It's fragrance free. I just think it's beautiful. So if you're looking for something similar, but you don't want to do the full foundation, these are great options. And I think that I have fully convinced myself now that I don't need that. Okay, so Ilia came out with a Balmy Tint Hydrating Lip Balm, and it is $28. I was tempted by this for a couple minutes because I love hydrating lip balms. However, once I saw the swatches, I would say that it is like a lipstick. It is a pigmented lipstick. And the problem that I have with that is that the tube is flat. The application is flat, even though it's considered a lip balm. And so when I saw the girl applying it, it was like going all over her mouth because there was no tip and it was so pigmented. So instead, I was like, well, I would like this if it was a true lip balm. So what lip balms do I have that I already like that are similar that I would have probably bought this color in? And I thought of 4 of them. The first one being the Revlon Lustrous Shine. I'm actually going to pick up a few more in this line because they just expanded it and I really only liked this option up at the top. So this is in the shade Nude Illuminator. I actually just uploaded on TikTok and Instagram that this is a dupe for the next lip balm that I have been enjoying, which is the Glossier Ultra Lip, and this is in the shade Villa. Again, that similar balmy consistency. This one's actually even less balmy than the Revlon, more like a lipstick, but still not as pigmented as what I saw in the Ilia balms. Next is the Persona Cosmetics E-Balms. Exact same thing. This is in the shade Manifest. I have a nude as well, but this is the coral red shade. Just beautiful. And as you can see, they're all sheer, all beautiful, all shiny. And very last, and not least, my personal favorite, is the M Cosmetics Lip Cushions. And this is my #1 favorite shade of lipstick, and it was for 2020. This is in the shade Magic Hour. So you can see here that is Revlon, Glossier, Persona Cosmetics, and M Cosmetics. And as you can tell, I have a type of lipstick that I like. I actually have a declutter of lip products if you're interested and you like declutters, going through all of my balms. To be honest, I kept most of them. But the point being that I definitely don't need another lip balm. If you've seen that, I think that I can talk myself out of needing this one, considering I don't really like that it's so pigmented and that it's flat. I much prefer these sheer formulations that give me a very similar feeling. All right, next is a skincare product from Youth to the People. It is their Super Clay Purify and Clear Power Mask with Niacinamide. This has niacinamide, kombucha, and BHA, and it is in a clay mask. I love clay masks. As someone with acne and oily prone skin, I know a lot of people don't like them. I prefer them. I think they're fun. I don't use masks very often, but when I do, I like them to be doing something, and I feel like clay masks are usually sucking something out of your skin, which isn't always great, but I like them. I've seen a lot of people use this online, which I think is also part of the reason why I'm very intrigued by it. I'm intrigued by Youth to the People in general, and I don't know, something about this. I love the packaging. I just want to put it on my face. I have a lot of clay masks in my collection, including the Cetaphil clay mask, which is like not anything crazy. It's pretty much just a clay mask. But I was thinking, like, what could bring me those similar vibes of like, ooh, this is something different and fancy that is still so sucking the living hell out of my pores. And what I thought of was the Real Mugwort Clay Mask from Isntree. So this is basically a mask for sebum care. It's great for lightly exfoliating the skin, but also it includes mugwort, which is amazing for sensitive skin. It's also fragrance-free, essential oil-free, and super inexpensive. I love the Isntree Real Mugwort line, and when I use this, I feel like I get the similar effects that I would from having this superfood one from Youth to the People. Not only that, but something that I like even more about this one is that it comes in a tube, so I don't have to worry about scooping out the product with my hands and then putting it on my face and over again. This is so much easier. You just squirt it out and put it on with your fingers. You can throw this aside and not have to worry about it getting dirty. I don't need this. $36 is also very expensive for a face mask. I think mine will do the trick. I actually have a video on my favorite face masks for Mask Me if you're interested, and this one is definitely on the list. All right, we're wrapping this up with two that are maybe controversial based on people maybe not wanting to support the brand. If you're looking for alternatives, maybe you've come to the right place. So the first one between the two is Phyto Glow Lip Balms by Naturium. So Susan Yar's brand. She has some controversy with her brand. People choose whether or not to support it. I don't own anything from Naturium. However, I saw the lip balms and I thought they looked really pretty. I think the applicators looks nice, and I think that the color selection also looks nice. And the more I looked at them, I was like, why do I like this packaging? Why am I so drawn to this? And I realized it's because it is almost an exact dupe for the packaging of the Laniege Lip Glowy Balms. I have the shade Peach and Pear. And I really like these, not necessarily for like nighttime wear, but they are beautiful glosses, like just general glosses. They don't really have much of a shade, but I love the packaging. It's like this beautiful, very fancy looking applicator. They go on so smooth, and the peach one especially is my favorite. I love peaches. I think that they're coming out with a peach lip sleeping mask, and I'm like, they just smell really nice. They're very, very glowy. They're not sticky, but you're gonna get your hair stuck in them if you wear these. They are beautiful for reapplying throughout the day, and they smell really, really nice. Like, they truly smell like the fruit that they say that they are imitating. Pretty much the minute that I noticed that this was the dupe that I had in my collection, I didn't want these anymore, because I realized that this is exactly what that is. These look a little bit more pigmented, but again, you guys know I prefer a sheer lip product anyways, so I was very glad to make that connection. And if you're looking for something similar, you could try out the Laniege Glowy Balms. All right, the last one is from Drunk Elephant, and this is a Eau Bleu's Rosy Drops, aka they're coming out with a liquid blush. It looks stunning. I'm not gonna lie, this color of being like a burnt, like peachy, summery shade that has this like glow to it, it looks stunning. I'm not gonna lie to you. However, I am not a huge fan of liquid blush, and every time that I have tried one that is in a pot like this, I haven't liked it. I do not like the Rare Beauty liquid blushes. I returned the Cheek Slime from Freck Beauty, and these are the only two liquid blushes that I have that I even like using, and they're not even really liquid. So let's do some swatching. I don't think I'm even gonna get close, but it's less about that and more about the fact that I need to remind myself, you don't really like liquid blushes. This is the Cloud Paint in the shade Dusk from Glossier. I never use it because it's incredibly hard for me to blend in. I never use it, and it's quite liquidy. The only liquid blush that I actually like is the Saie Beauty Dewy Blushes. I actually have one on the way here now. This is in the shade Rosy. Really do like these, but that's it. And it's also because it has its own applicator. Like, this is just a bottle of pigment. It's not gonna be user-friendly for anyone, in my opinion. So I think what I need to focus on with this one is not necessarily the style of product, but more the color. I am going to look in my collection and see what I have that's similar. I know that Nude Sticks just came out with a color similar in one of their sticks, which I prefer that format so much more. So I might look into that because I really like this color, but I am feeling confident about not getting this one. Please let me know if you liked this. I think it would be fun to turn this into a series instead of doing buy or buy, because let's be honest, I don't need any more things. And also, if there is anything in this video that you wanted a full review on in a video, I think I want to start trying to do shorter videos with dedicated reviews. So let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video really soon. Bye!